Press start to play. Press start to play. Press start to play. Press start to play. It's me, Mario. Press start to play. Press start to play. play. So long, Bowser. Press start to play. Yeah. Woo. Woo-hoo. Whoa. Woo. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Press start to play.
Hiya, I'm just getting things together. I'm all set up, I just gotta move the mic closer to me. And switch to my face cam. Hiya. I kinda just rushed back. Some friends from out of town were visiting. You don't get to see them that often, so I was just hanging out with them for a little while. I had a pretty busy week, I had some family over too. But now we're back to Mario 64, so let's let me start. Excuse me, one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to set my timer. And in 90 minutes, 90 minutes I'll maybe get up and take a little stretch break. But for now, let's get into it. I fell asleep a bit because it took so long for me to get back into the chat. Alright, let me just make sure my... Oh, it's so weird seeing that I have 30 stars already. I decided not to go for stars off stream. I decided to just go ahead from Mark to None. Hey, Clacka boy. Yeah, nice to see you too. Yeah, I decided to just not worry about getting oh, shucks. I decided not to get stars off stream. And maybe I'll just go ahead and play this, because I find this good. And this could be a good game to play. It's right back where we started last time. Where... Okay. Ooh. Yeah, we're just, continue right on from where we were last time, where I was trying to get the 8 red coins in the Vanish Cap stage. And the nice thing I was finding about the Vanish Cap stage is that, without even really meaning to, it's a good way to just sort of relearning the, yeah, when you these Vanish Cap stages don't count as proper levels, I guess, even though they do. When you die in these bonus stages, or these cap stages, you don't lose a life, so the 1-ups you get. You have a pack of milk chocolate digestives. Oh, you actually waited till you could watch my stream to try them for the first time. So, I'm awaiting your feedback. Hopefully, they're worth the wait, because there was a lot of build up to you actually going to the place you go to for your import groceries to get and try to get the chocolate digestives. Chocolate digestives, if you're just new to this, this is an ongoing thing I somehow ended up mentioning digestives to Kalaka Boy, and he was interested in trying them. As I understand, he likes sort of like English stuff that would be had for an English tea, I guess. And I was just telling him about these crackers they have in the UK that they're called digestives, which is a weirdly unappealing name, but they're really just sort of buttery, vanilla-y big cookies. Oh, shucks. Alright, so first try unsuccessful. And so far, I mean, really, if you look at it, each time I've... 30 stars. How many? Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't save before I quit last time, so I lost all of the 1-ups I got. I think I got like more like 20 1-ups or something crazy like that. Hopefully it doesn't happen this time, because if it happens this time, it means I've failed at the star a whole bunch of times, and I don't want to... Because I did spend, I think, a good 20 minutes going for it last time. It's not so hard, it's just that there's so many little things that can go wrong as I'm trying to collect the second of these 8 coins. And really just, I'm going to go ahead and go for the Vanish Cap, just because it does make this next area very easy with all these all these hazards, the fireballs and stuff that they try to throw in my way. Oh, come on. Now, see, when I just went into first-person mode like that, what that is a result of, I'm playing on the Wii Virtual Console on my Wii U, right? I mean, the Wii U Virtual Console here, I'm on my Wii U that's on screen. And because of the N64 controller did not have a C stick, like the GameCube controller, or a second analog stick like many other traditional controllers would, it had C buttons, and the camera is mapped to these buttons, and so they map the buttons to the C buttons to the analog stick, the right analog stick on the Wii U Pro controller. And because I'm trying to operate it like a modern camera game, like a modern video game's right stick that generally operates the camera, I sometimes press up when that really doesn't have any useful function. Well, the function of the up C button on the N64 controller was to bring Mario into a first-person perspective. Oh, shucks. I may have to go serious mode and stop talking in order to collect this 8 coins star here, because I have enough stars right now. I have enough stars to go for Bowser in the Fire Sea. Alright. I have enough stars to go for Bowser in the Fire Sea, because I do need a minimum of 30. Actually, a minimum of 31. Okay. Because I missed that red coin up there, I'm just going to let myself fall off the edge here, because there's no way I could really climb back up. They probably are ways, but they're ridiculous speedrun stratty kind of ways, I'm sure. And I don't have those kind of skills. And the amount of grinding and practice I'd have to do to get those skills would probably make me not enjoy the game much anymore. Alright. There, okay. 1... 2... Alright. Alright, we're doing good so far. So the chocolate makes it a bit more of a dessert. Oh, they make chocolate and dark chocolate digestives. The dark chocolate ones, I can't imagine what those would taste like, because dark chocolate has such a strong taste, and to have that in sort of a cracker. I mean, I've only had normal digestives like once. I just bought it out of curiosity. I didn't dislike it. It's just that I wasn't so blown away by it that I go out and get them all the time. I was just interested because it's like this pack of crackers that says digestives. Oh Okay. Alright. Now, this time, once I get these first 8 coins, the first 4 coins, the first half I can get without much of a problem. Yeah, I'm not in a rush to beat the game, because I realize now, like, this is a perfect game to play for maybe 30 or 40 minutes at the beginning of a stream, and then move on to another game that I might play for... Oh, shucks. Hey, Tofu Bread, how you doing? Yeah, this is my first time playing Mario 64 since... Yeah, this is my first time playing Mario 64... Well, not my first time. This session's my first, like, time I've played through it since the 90s, but... I can't have played this game later on my N64 later than 2000 or so. Then I played the DS version when that came out. Oh yeah, I know you, yeah, I know you're big into, to SMT, which is, I understand the series and is kind of based on like loosely based on like classic demonology and stuff like that, is combined with like some role-playing elements and I think some sort of school life type stuff, or is that just something, or am I getting SMT and Persona mixed up? I know they're related, and I do know that the first like Megami Tensei related game to come out in North America was the Jack Brothers game for Virtual Boy, weirdly enough. Okay, the school life aspect is more of a Persona thing. So are they kind of, like, do those two series take place in the same universe, or do they just sort of have some similar themes and motifs, but they're sort of their own continuities? Yeah, like, and nobody knew what the heck, like any of these characters were, so, I mean, it was, if you're gonna bring a standalone game, if you're gonna bring a game in that series over, it might as well be Jack Brothers, because that game, oh no! Okay, I keep saying when I get to the elevator parts of this, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut and focus on the game for a moment, and then I forget to and keep going, but really, oh, excuse me, the swimming controls keep messing with me, excuse me. I like the Odyssey swimming controls a lot more, or even the Mario Galaxy swimming controls a lot more than Mario 64, but then again, this was, you know, their first attempt at doing the swimming controls, so figuring out how to move the character in 3 dimensions, you know, it did a fine job. I mean, I was a lot worse at it when I was a little kid, when I didn't have as much, I guess, skill with games. Oh, so Persona is its own timeline, and the mainline SMT games are their own standalone games. Alright. But I do know, like, that there was, like, the series started as Megami Tensei, and then there was Shin Megami Tensei, which basically means, like, New Megami Tensei, but, which, and I think, like, I think it's the first Shin Megami Tensei game was on, like, Super Famicom, so it's kind of funny how most of the series history has been, oh, so Persona's timeline that came about from the game SMTF, alright. Well, like, the first time I really took notice of this series, like, I mean, I knew about Jack Brothers, I didn't really know its connection to anything else, but there was a skit on X-Play on G4 where you had, like, a couple of seniors, like a senior, like, husband and wife, talking about which candidate they were going to vote for, but instead of, like, political candidates, they were talking about, different games that they were going to vote for, and just, listening to this old, like, well, not, I mean, this milquetoast senior citizen in this really, like, unassuming domestic setting talking about, oh, I'm voting for Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Like, it just, the juxtaposition just really stuck out to me with just this old lady who, like, stereotypically wouldn't know anything about, like, video games, let alone, you know, this Japanese, like, role-playing series with this really exotic sounding name. If you know, like Shin Megami Tensei. It just sounds, I guess, really exotic if you're not familiar with it. And it's kind of funny how I know, I was reading, there was a few years ago, yeah, there was some Nintendo Treehouse employee, apparently he thought that, he went on a podcast, and it's not even a podcast I don't think exists anymore. I don't even remember the name of the podcast, but if you look up Nintendo Treehouse employee goes on podcasts, he was a Treehouse member. He hadn't joined that long ago, but shucks, I keep saying I'm gonna stop talking. Well, anyway, might as well finish the story now that I did this, but oh, okay. So I'm learning a lot about the series right now in stream. I just want to click this window off of. But it was part of Nintendo Treehouse, and he was involved with localization stuff, and he was saying, and he did actually get fired for this later, because he went on the podcast and was saying that there's a new policy where Nintendo's being a lot more open with Treehouse people talking about internal affairs, well, certain things, but not other things. Apparently he was mistaken, because he did end up getting fired for doing this. But he went on a podcast and he was saying that with the new Super Mario Brothers series, they were talking to the Nintendo people in Japan, which strictly speaking is not Nintendo of Japan. It's not NOJ. It would be NCL for Nintendo Corporation Limited, because Nintendo of America is called that because it's the satellite company of. Okay, let me stop talking now and focus on this. I want to be more certain. I'm going to get the coin, and then when I come back, then I'll make the next jump. And once I have, or I just had the opportunity to do it there, so I did. Okay. Oh, please, please. Oh, oh. Oh, please. Okay, I did better than before. I did better than I did the last couple of times now that I wasn't talking. So, he was, I guess, yeah, so the NOA people were arguing, or not arguing, were just discussing with some of the people from Japan about the name of the new Super Mario Brothers games, and they were saying, this is like the second or third game in the new Super Mario Brothers series, like the series isn't new anymore. And what he was explaining was, oh, the milk chocolate digestives remind you of Twix candy. When I was in the UK, they had Twix, and now that I'm playing this in HD, I could so very clearly see when Mario turns into his low poly model, whereas in the N64 version I never even noticed that. I never even noticed that was the low poly thing until the Boundary Break episode about Mario 64. But they had Kit Kats in stores in the UK, but instead of Kit Kat, it said Snack Break, which was interesting. And they had Lay's potato chips, but instead of Lay's, it said Walk. It was the same logo and everything, but instead of Lay's, it said Walkers. Okay, let me be quiet now. I'm gonna talk about the Nintendo Treehouse guy after I survive this gauntlet here. Okay. So Nintendo, they were talking to the people in Japan about how like the new Super Mario Brothers series is like calling it that doesn't make sense because it's like the second or third game at the point they had this discussion. So it was probably the one on 3DS maybe, and we were saying was that in Japan, new is kind of like it doesn't have the time aspect to it. Like the English, not the Japanese term, but I guess like in Japan, the word for, like the English word new is used, but it doesn't have a time aspect to it or a time connotation. It just kind of means like deluxe or improved. So them calling it the game's New Super Mario Brothers as the series went on and on didn't have a sense of irony in Japan, whereas in America, I saw people commenting on boards like how is it still New Super Mario Bros. And this is like the second and third and fourth game in the series, and they're saying like why not call it like I think the Japanese word for new is Shin, and so they're saying why not call it Shin Super Mario Brothers, or that's just an idea they proposed, or they had I think they were talking about names for Super Mario 3D World, and the localization team was throwing around ideas like maybe we could call it Super Mario U World. I think is one of the suggestions they had, because there's Super Mario 3D Land on 3DS, but the game was called that because it was literally in stereoscopic 3D. Okay, let me stop talking. Okay. Oh my gosh, I missed it. Oh no! Oh, shucks. No, I was doing, well, that last time, what I can say is that when I failed, it wasn't because I wasn't focusing. I know, like, I'm getting good at getting in the habit of when I get to the elevators, actually not talking anymore. Okay. 18. Okay, I'm gonna use the 1-ups I get as, like, a way to record my progress, I guess you could say. 18. When I get to 25 lives, I'm going to put this level down for a while and come back to it later. Are you familiar with the YouTuber The Game Display? I just showed a video. I actually watched that video for the first time yesterday. And it's really... Is he the one who's also doing the review of the counterfeit, NES port of Super Mario World? He's also doing a Let's Play of that, I believe. If so, yes, I did see those videos about that yesterday. I love some of those long neck dinosaur designs that they didn't use in Super Mario World. Because I did say that in the past. It's like the dinosaur motif wasn't as strong as it seemed like it would be. Because it seemed like they were just sort of tying it in to sort of introduce Yoshi, and that there were going to be a lot more dinosaurs. And they kind of forget about that until, I guess, like the Choco Mountain area, like near the end of the game. Like the area that's after the Forest of Illusion. That area kind of feels more dinosaur themed, but generally the theme of dinosaurs is kind of, I feel like it sort of just falls by the wayside. Okay, let me be quiet now, and I'll talk about the leaked stuff after I survive this. I want to choose a good camera angle. I like this. I like this one. No. Okay, doggone. I let the seesaw go too far and I slid down. Alright. Yeah, I just discovered him yesterday. And I loved, like, the googly, like, the faces on some of those dinosaurs. And, like, the dinosaurs looked like they were kind of meant, those long neck guys, they kind of looked like they were meant to be, like, used as ramps or platforms in the levels. And it's kind of funny how, when they made the Super Mario Brothers live-action movie, that they kind of... I feel like they just had so little source material to work with in terms of the games themselves. They're like, okay, looking at the two most recent Mario games at the time, there being Super Mario Land on Game Boy and Super Mario World on Super Nintendo, I think that's how they ended up using Princess Daisy instead of Princess Toadstool. And then they're like, okay, Super Mario World takes place in Dinosaur Land, so we're just gonna make this about dinosaurs. And they just sort of went wild with it. Okay, let me be quiet. Oh, shucks. I just didn't have the momentum I needed. Yeah, like, that the idea that... Because even before the guy narrating the video actually said it, when he showed, like, that he was dressed with that like, helmet thing, I'm like, he looks like he's gonna do, like, a human cannonball act. And then it was like, and then I thought of Bowser's clown car, and I always thought, like, why is he riding in a flying clown car? That does seem kind of random. And when I saw, like, the human cannonball outfit for the possible flying costume. I was like, was this gonna have a circus theme or something? And it's weird because in Mario 3 is known for having that sort of stage play weird motif, but then the US version of Super Mario Bros. 2 kind of had a sort of stage play theme as well in a different way, because the title screen looks, and the character select screen look like the curtains on a stage and for a musical performance, and then you think of the enemies are all wearing masks, so you have like this motif where you have this curtains in the stage. All the enemies could be seen as masked performers, like the Shy Guys and the Sniffets. And then you're throwing vegetables at them. In old vaudeville shows, they'd say, I don't know how true this was, that if the show was bad, the people would start throwing vegetables at the performers. So interesting motifs there too. I don't really see people talk about much. Oh wait, focus time. Okay. I was hoping I'd be able to grab onto the edge, but that didn't quite work out. Oh. No! I don't know why I just didn't jump. I just failed to jump. Actually, right before I went live, I was looking at a YouTube video that has some of I just found out the beta dungeons from those famous super early magazine screenshots of Zelda, what became Ocarina of Time back when it was still being called Zelda 64. Some of those very, very earliest dungeons were actually reconstructed and are playable now. These things that we only had grainy screen caps of, or just a few, 2 or 3 seconds of grainy VHS video. Now he's just walking around in them and playing in them. In terms of anything that could lead to piracy, or I really regret and discourage, but just for the historical and preservation value of the leaks, I really wish this was stuff Nintendo had come out with, and I hope, Nintendo plays it cool and doesn't go after people covering the preservation aspects of the leaks in terms of unreleased content. I mean, the fact that we now know, or have extremely strong evidence to believe that our understanding of Yoshi's Island all this time was that it was going to be running, it was going to be based graphically on how Super Mario World looked, and then supposedly Nintendo wanted it to use the art style of Donkey Kong Country, but Miyamoto didn't like it, so he used the Super FX chip and ended up making sort of the coloring book art style. That was our understanding of how Yoshi's Island, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, came to be. Now we know there's apparently some game that had nothing to do with Yoshi called, Super Donkey, or some prototype, using a Rayman-looking character in the Mario, in what became the art style used for Yoshi's Island? What the heck? Oh my gosh, no. Oh my gosh. I was so close there. Okay. 3 more tries, and then I'm going to move on to elsewhere in the game for now. Yeah, what? And apparently there are a couple of enemies in Super Donkey that did appear in Yoshi's Island, but the fact that this started as some kind of prototype that had nothing, apparently, to do with Yoshi? What the heck? And what really, if Satoru Iwata was still around and he was continuing to do interviews with developers, maybe screenshots of Super Donkey might have, as through Iwata Asks, we got screenshots of prototypes of a 3D platforming Kirby game that was, I think, prototype for GameCube that looked kind of like Super Mario 3D Land, or even, well, not even quite like that, where it had this sort of 3/4 view from overhead. And because we've never had a 3D platforming Kirby game before, and we saw screenshots of a concept for one that never materialized into an actual game. And so maybe if Iwata was around, and maybe in the lead up to, okay, you gotta focus now. Gotta focus now. Okay. Oh, no. Ah, doggone. 23. I'm going to give it 2 more tries, then I'll go elsewhere for a while. Yeah, so we would get, and Iwata showed, like, beta concepts for different, like, Game Boys that never released, or, like, a touchscreen Game Boy Color, an add-on that would give Game Boy Color a touchscreen, and, like, something for, like, a 64-bit successor to the Game Boy Advance that was just a single-screen system that had nothing to do with the DS, which was, you know, and look at that low poly Mario model there. Okay. Yeah, but just the, like, learn, and I know another thing I mentioned before, I don't know if you heard about this, Tofu Bread, if you're still there, but just that, the source files, like, the files they found in this leak for Super Mario All-Stars, the internal file name for Super Mario All-Stars, the files all say Super Mario CD. Which implies that Super Mario All-Stars may have originally been planned for the PlayStation. Let me read this away. Yoshi's Island I enjoyed, but I think it shouldn't have been titled Super Mario World 2. It's such a different game. Yeah, well, it was only... It's funny, because from what... According to interviews and official history from Nintendo, Super Mario World did... I mean, Yoshi's Island did went into development as a sequel for Super Mario World, and that's what they really intended it as, even though it became such a different thing. But in Japan, they just called it Yoshi's Island, as I understand. Similar to how in Japan, Super Mario World actually was subtitled Super Mario Bros. 4, and they never used that subtitle in North America. But in Japan, Super Mario... Oh, no! That's what I get for running my mouth. Okay, this is the last time I'm going through this. Oh, yeah, Puzzle League. And it's such a shame that Nintendo could have just called it Yoshi Puzzle Panic or something. But the fact that they called it Tetris Attack when they brought it to US and added the Yoshi motifs is now why we'll never get that game on the Virtual Console. And it's really frustrating. And the Tetris company, they're probably never going to license the Nintendo the rights to use the Tetris name for re-releasing Tetris Attack, because I think the Tetris company even went on record and said that they regret letting Nintendo license the name. Yeah, the fact that the name of that series is called Puzzle League because one game in the series, the Japanese port of the American port of Panel de Pon's N64 iteration was called Puzzle League because it was called Pokemon Puzzle League, to tie in with the concept of the Pokemon League. Now the entire series is called that in North American. It's kind of wild. Okay. Focus time. Okay, we did it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did it. We did it. We did it. Okay, we're good. We're good. I haven't felt this satisfied in a long time. All right. All right, there we go. And I'm glad. And on the last try, because the next time as I said, when I was going to get to 25, I was going to move on to a different star. To a different area of the game, so that's the first, like, what, 20 minutes of the stream? I took the stream live much sooner than I normally do. Typically, I make it go live to my holding screen about 10 minutes before I... Oh, and, what? I have a new... Let's see. I have a new... Where is it? Yeah, I have a new hold screen there with some, art I really haven't used for anything. The photo I took myself, the art was by, I don't have their Tumblr ready, but they haven't been posted on Tumblr in a couple years. I really don't know what happened to them. I actually went looking for them because I was trying to get in touch with them. Let's go to Jolly Roger Bay again. And in about an hour, I'll do my break. Oh, so he's... Okay, so when you fight these demons, so these kind of... Are these kind of, Topher, are these kind of, like, optional boss battles, in a sense? Sort of like when you fight some of the weapons in Final Fantasy VII, for instance? Oh, excuse... Yo, you... Tundex, what are you doing? You weren't supposed to subscribe to me, okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Alright? But this is... You know how this feels, because this is the situation you were in yet last night, alright? Why not? Because I don't have any cool stuff for you to... I mean, I appreciate... Look, I didn't even have my alerts set up. I feel so bad. Yes, so Tundex became patient zero in paying to subscribe for me. Yes. Because I don't even know how to set up icon... I have to commission artists to make some cool emotes for you to use. You need to have an icon to, you know, to show off how, you know, that you're one of my peeps in chat that paid to subscribe, even though I appreciate all of you just for spending time with me. But yes, I did... I know it's just support, but you know how this feels, because last night, like, you were like, that was awesome what happened to you last night with that raid. That was... Okay, you were just like, settle down, like, you're gonna send me over the edge. Yeah, but that's part of the fun of, what was the name of the star? Can the eel come out to play? Well, I do like eels, so let's see if the eel can come out to play. I was making an argument in favor of the eel, and he's really not, you know, a bad guy. He just wants to, he's just sort of chilling in his house, and all of a sudden this weird, like, animal is bothering him. And so, of course, he's gonna try and protect himself. Okay. Yeah, he's not one of Bowser's minions or anything. He's just, like, an animal that lives here and is protecting himself. No. Okay. And he has kind of googly eyes and everything, so it's not like... Oh, wait, I could go to the cannon and... Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's talk to you. If I think, if my settings may or may not block links, because I was getting a lot of, like overseas robots trying to drop links to, Bitcoin casinos. So I'd probably, like, put a blanket ban on links, but if you... Oh, you got him, alright. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, focus on, yeah, feel free to focus on your boss fight if you, yeah, don't worry too much about... Can you go in here when the ship has been raised? Okay, I guess not. I believe... Yeah, that can actually hurt you. Oh, jeez, all I did was fall off of the doggone... Alright. Now, if I remember this correctly, does he have... Wait, why is there a star just sitting there? Why is the star just sitting there? Is it inside the cage? It's just sitting there. Oh, is there some gimmick to this? Okay. Alright, there's a gimmick to it. Good. I was like... Yeah, it's a little too easy. Well, I was glad you had a bunch of people to talk to. And it's funny, because I had to get up a little early this morning, and so I was kind of like... I was like, I want to talk to you, but I also want to go to bed, but I don't want to, like, leave you hanging when I was the only person in your chat. So I'm actually glad that happened when it did, because I was able to go to bed without feeling like I was abandoning you, even though I know you wouldn't have felt that way at all. But, you know, I do... Rah, rah, rah. Yes, yes, num, num, num. Thank you very much for your support. Alright, now that I got him to come out... And the drowning effect is really disturbing in this game. He's like, oh, it sounds like really more realistic than it maybe should have been. Okay, there's the star. I figured it was on the end of his tail or something. Sorry, I'm gonna take your shiny. No, doggone! You need to come back out here. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. I'm just gonna aim for where he's going to be and not for where he is. There we go. Got it. Oh, it makes... It should just... Okay. I have to... Oh, you beat him up, Tofu? You beat up the demon you were going after? Good. Father Karras would be proud. Yeah. Or, you know what also, what? In, Batman Return of the Joker, and the backstory that explains, like, how the Joker originally died. Originally, Tim Drake, shoots him with the Joker with a spear gun, and I guess they decided that was too violent, so they made, like, a TV version of it, where the Joker, like, gets tangled in wires, then slips in a puddle, and as he's falling, he tries to grab a lever, but the lever turns on the machine that the wire's hooked up to and turns on the electricity, so he's covered in water, so it, like, electrocutes him. And the censored version, the so-called censored, tamed down version, where he, like, gets electrocuted off-screen, the sound that... the sound that, what's his... Excuse me, why is his name... The sound that, why does his name escape me? You know, he plays the Joker, he plays Luke Skywalker. Why is it... It's, I'm having, like... why is this freaking... Why is it... Why is it... It really bothers me that all of a sudden I cannot remember the name of the guy that plays Luke Skywalker and the Joker and the secret agent in Lapia the Castle in the Sky in the English dub and the freaking... Okay, this bothers me too much. How could his name just slip out of my head like that? I actually had to type in freaking Luke's... Okay, Mark Hamill. Thank you. Mark Hamill. And for some reason, I almost said Mark Hamilton. But I think that's an ice skater from, like, the 80s or something like that. Excuse me if I... Yeah, I almost said Mark Hamilton, so I am glad I decided to... wait. Oh, now he's just swimming around. He looks like a giant... You know what? I think I need the metal cap to collect that that star. I think that's what's going on there. Yeah, Mark Hamill. I almost said Mark Hamilton. Yeah, I'm glad I... Okay, let's see what's going on here. Keep out. That means new. Arg. Anyone entering this cave without permission will meet certain disaster. Time for some water. Okay. Alright. Okay, I only have 8 coins now anyway. Yeah, and they're showing... So that... How did I get on talking about when I forgot Mark Hamill's name. Oh yeah, I was talking about... Oh yeah, the sound that Mark Hamill makes as the Joker's getting electrocuted off screen was like so disturbing that it's way worse than him getting shot with the spear gun. Oh, you got an ad. You know, I didn't consider that. You know, I wish that, like, yeah, I applied for everything, and I never even got any particular message saying that the... Oh, okay. There's a certain order to this. 1. Okay. So, 1, 2... 50 shot, 50-50 shot here. 3, okay. You know, a lot of... Oh yeah, I didn't consider that people. Yeah, what I kind of hoped would happen was that I would apply, but then I could turn on or off the I guess just whether or not I was actually open for those things. So yeah, I didn't even realize that this was my first stream as an affiliate. So I appreciate. I've got to. Yeah, I've got it. Now I'm going to attempt to... Let's see what this... Red coins on the ship afloat? Okay. I'm going to attempt to buy the... Okay, there's one red coin down there. And I'm going to attempt to buy the analog pocket so that I could stream handheld stuff. It goes on sale this week, or on pre-order, and it's gonna... it'll be a tight purchase, but I think I'll be able to get it. I don't know if the dock is sold separate or what, but, so... Alright, so I can turn them off? Yeah, so I want to get the analog pocket and the dock so I can plug it into HDMI. And that'll make it possible for me to stream Game Boy and other cartridge games without using an emulation, without using either PC emulation or using an emulation console like the Retron, which can take the cartridges, but you're not playing the game off the cartridge. Basically, the game is ripping the ROM, the console is ripping the ROM off of your cartridge and then playing the ROM file in an emulator. So you're not really playing the game in real time off the cartridge. Like when I use the analog Mega SG, that's not using emulation. It is, well, it's using kind of, to very loosely put it, it's using hardware emulation, where the hardware is simulating, well, the FPGA chip is simulating the circuitry of the Game Gear hardware in real time, rather than using a software-based emulator running on generic, like, Android, like, hardware. So you just get better, more accurate results, and plus I just like playing the games in as accurate a manner as possible. When the time comes, I will use PC emulation when there's no more practical solution available. Hey, you gotta run? Okay, cool. I'll see you around. Thanks for the support. And so the subscription will help sort of offset the cost of the analog pocket, if I'm able to get it. And then aside from that, I'd like to use any money I'm able to earn on Twitch off for healthcare related stuff. So those are probably the main things I'm going to be using my Twitch earnings on. So if you do donate or subscribe or anything like that, that's just what it'll be going towards. But ultimately, my primary interest is just spending time and talking about games and demonstrating games and getting to have some sort of archive of just sort of these live experiences. Like last 1 or 2 times ago. Okay, I think this is. I just assumed there's going to be. Oh, there actually wasn't a red coin there. I mean, red coins on the ship afloat. I'm just looking for any red coins up here I may have forgot, because it seems like I'm still missing a red coin. You seen colorized patches Super Mario Land 1 and 2? They sell reproduction cards. And you know, the port of Mario Land 2, the colorized Mario Land 2 I've seen is like, it looks great. It looks like something that could have actually come out. But the port I've seen of Super Mario Land that's been colorized really frustrates the heck out of me, because they decided to alter the sprite for Mario. They decided to make the Mario sprite bigger and look a little more like he does in later Mario games. Whereas we all know in the actual Super Mario Land, like, the graphics are so simplistic, even for Game Boy, that you could tell, like, yeah, this is definitely one of the first Game Boy games they ever made. It looks almost like a high-res version of a Game & Watch game. And they made the sprite bigger, which alters... just looking at the gameplay, I can see how it alters Mario's relationship to some of the objects and platforms. And I was like, listen, if you're gonna colorize the game, colorize the game. The altered sprite they made, I don't even think looks that good. So there we go. There we go. There's our star. It's kind of funny how they call this red coins on the ship afloat, when they only half the coins are actually on the ship. And it's kind of messed up that you could accidentally waste your time in the first star trying to collect the red coins, when you realistically can only collect them when the ship is afloat, which the first star does not let you do. Oh, Bits! Your passion for gaming shows. Keep it up, H. Have a great day. I'll see you around Tundex. You see, I do not have... I was not expecting this. I know I applied and put in my information for affiliate. I did not realize that it would immediately make it possible for people to donate bits and to give me and to pay to subscribe to me. So I really regret that I don't have some cool doorworm emotes for you to use, or a custom icon for the chat, but I do appreciate, you know, I do appreciate the support. Alright. You know, of course, you just being there is more than enough. And just the fact that I even have regulars at this point is more than I really could have hoped for, because not everyone grows as fast as I have, and I didn't expect to grow as fast as I have. Oh gosh. Can I make this jump? Yeah, I can. I'm not totally disenfranchised. Alright, I just gotta get onto the ship. Okay, camera. Am I gonna actually have to, like, freeze the camera in place so it's not trying to mess with me all the time? Okay. Alright, that's great. I'm gonna have to do that all over again. Okay, at least it's not like I get booted out the stage and have to do it over. Yeah, no regrets. And you know, like, I think just my time streaming alone has probably accounted for more time spent playing video games this year than all my gameplay last year. Because, like, as much as I love gaming, it is the last thing I'll do with my free time, normally. And what I guess I am sort of lucky in is just the fact that I just haven't played so many of these games, so I really can have this pretty fresh playthrough of Mario 64. Like, a lot of I tend not to replay games, so when I go back to games, like, I want to play Mario and Luigi on stream. When I play that game, it will be the first time I played that game since 2003 or 4 when that came out. Then, okay. Only 1 star left, jeez. Not counting the 5 secret spots star. Blast to the stone pillar, alright. I know what this one is. I have to just take a cannon ride over to the spot. And I don't know where the cannon is, but I'm sure this Bob-omb will activate it for me if he hasn't already. I know I think I talked to him, but I don't clearly remember. Yeah, I don't quite remember if the cutscene showed where the cannon is. And if I And I remember the star, like, it just shoots you off to a platform, and I think there's a star in a box that you just have to break the box open and collect the star. Hi, I'll prepare the cannon for you. Wait. Okay, I guess the cannon is over there. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna swim on over to this cannon. And it's... because on one hand, it implies that the lore of this game implies that these paintings are sort of isolated worlds where the world, as far as this game... the world as far as the game knows is... as far as the people in the painting knows. I mean, I discovered a lot of lore about... Okay, I did not quite launch high enough to be able to I think I have to grab onto those spikes over there, and then I'll be able to do some kind of jump onto that to the next spot I need to go. Let's see what it's called again. Oh, I can't pause while I'm in the cannon. Okay. Okay, there I just overshot it. Blast to the stone pillar. Alright. Oh, excuse me. Oh no, not exit course. Not that I have any distinct progress that I can't... Yeah, I'll have to... I think it's one of these spikes. And then I'll be able to jump down onto the platform, and that's where the star is. And I will have completed Jolly Roger Bay. And I really did not spend this much time with this level when I was a kid, because I didn't like the swimming controls much. And because I somehow ended up in the Aquarium Secret Star area before anything else, I sort of felt like... this. I sort of associated with this music with being trapped inside a giant aquarium with no way out, drowning to death. And like inside the giant like tank aquarium where Mario has to swim around and get the 8 coins. Oh, I overshot it. At least I know to go lower next time. Alright. Let me just grab a little water. Okay. Yeah, in about 36 minutes, I'll just take a maybe 5-minute break just to get up and stretch a bit. And then I'm going to continue on with Mario 64. Alright. Oh my... He like grabbed it. The game like couldn't quite decide if he wanted to count that as Mario grabbing it as being high enough to grab it, or so low that he would fall. So he kind of did... the animation made him kind of do both, but what actually happened, you know, I just never thought of this before. Why does the cannon have a question mark block on it? I'm sure it's playing into the sort of motif. Oh my gosh. So I have to go a little lower than that. So, I'm gonna have to, there's not as many objects to base my aiming off of, aside, at least I know my x-axis I can aim along. The y-axis makes it a little tricky, because I've gone too high, too low, so hopefully this time will be just right. Yeah, because they're not really certain stripes. Excuse me. Okay. It's very precise movement. I don't know if this is easier with the N64 controller. Because I'm playing this in the Wii U, I'm using the Pro controller. Okay, I'm with the bottom on the bottom arrow pointing to the bottom of that formation on the cloud. Oh! And now I have to do it again because I'm not even sure if it was a matter of I wasn't high enough, or if I just wasn't quite... Because I clearly missed it. But at that level, I don't know if I hit it, if Mario would have been able to grab the spike or not. So I'm just going to have to give it another shot. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, this aiming this cannon is like trying to perform surgery. It's like, okay, we got it. No, we got the x-axis. No. Okay. Oh, I needed to be higher up. I needed to be higher up. Okay. But at least I have a good landmark. So I need to have the arrow be pointed a bit higher. Yeah, it should be too relaxing for drowning, but like that's just the experience I had when I'm in this sort of like surreal sort of space where I'm in this giant water tank with no way in or out, and I can't really control Mario well because it's my first time swimming in the game, and the only way out is to collect all 8 coins, and I don't have quite the coordination or experience with the swimming controls to grab them all. So it just felt like it's just the music I associated at the time with being in a death trap, and so I just had a dislike of these stages. Fortunately, Wet Dry World didn't use this music. It used the underground theme. It used the same theme as Hazy Maze Cave. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Very slightly over. Okay. Now I'm slightly higher up this time, so let's see how this goes. We did it! Now I just have to make this jump. Okay, we did it. We did it. And that makes for the 8 main stars. So I'll go back in and go for the 100 coins. Well, yeah, let's go for the 100 coins now and get our 36th star. And once we get that, well, through the jet stream. Yeah, this last star we definitely need the metal cap for, which is hidden in the bonus. It's funny because for the vanish cap and the flying cap, or the wing cap, the vanish cap and wing cap are both accessed through Peach's Castle, but the metal cap is accessed through Hazy Maze Cave. And I don't even remember what the stage is like. I just remember kind of a weird grotto. And you do exit into... Oh, okay. I have to jump from on the platform to get the red coin. Okay, so we're 3% of the way there. We're 3% of the way to 100 coins. And I believe each red coin counts as 2. And the blue coins count as 5. So we'll just... Yep, 5% now. What you got in there, Clam? Unless that's just for decoration. Okay. It does open up, but we'll go back later. Because we weren't in a good position to go back and try to claim. Hey, we made it to 10%. Okay. We're at 12%. Please open up. Please open. There we go. Oh my gosh. There. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 20%. 21. 22. Is this the one I already got? Yes, it is. Alright, so we have to get the other one. Oh, this will help. Well, I don't feel like getting it, so I'll probably regret not getting it, but there we go. Come up for air, because I will need to go after. You know, it's interesting. I just thought of that. Why is that? I wonder why they decided to put the last star I collected up on that ledge. Why did they put that in a box? You know what? Maybe it's just an easier object to have in the game, the box, because I guess the stars probably have a more extreme draw distance on them because they're so important. Like how red coins have a more extreme draw distance than the blue coins because they're so important. I'll go back to the pirate ship if that turns out to be the most, like, an important place to collect coins at. There are only a few red. There are a few red coins that count for 2 each, but I don't expect that. Come on, please open. Please open. Please open. There we go. There we go. 4, 5. The game seems to think that I'm attempting to, Alright, there we go. Yeah, I was never really afraid of the eel. And plus, he has a pretty cartoony face. Now, if it was like the Mario Odyssey version where he looks relatively realistic, I could see how you could be freaked out by that. But okay, got some blue coin action. 52. And that puts us a good long way closer to wow, you were just clipping right through that object. You know, one thing what Pan and Coix videos made me realize, because the way this game works, like, Goombas always are in sets of 3. There's only like one part in the game where they're just 2 Goombas, and it's because of where they spawn at. One of them only 10 more coins to go. But I don't think we're gonna get him here. Yeah, seems like we're going to actually need to go to the ship and see if we can find a few last coins there. And maybe I just have to. I need 10 more coins and then we're good. Oh, I think I see at least one, unless that's that star from before. Okay, that's just the star from before. But is there a coin in this clam? No. And if there was, I already collected it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to get probably the 2 red coin. I think there are 2 or 3. There are enough red. 90. 5. So there's 6. There are 3 red coins left, which comes out to which will bring my total 6 more, so I'll have 96. And I think the last few I can get from going up on that cannoning up to that ledge. cannoning, using the cannon to fire myself onto that ledge. Alright. There we go. Oh my gosh. I should... Alright, no love lost. We'll try it again. The only way I could really lose out is if I accidentally exit the stage, or if there's a blackout or something crazy like that. Alright. Okay. 92. Oh my god, okay. There we go. 394. This should make 96. And make that star appear, but I'm not interested. Now, one danger... Alright. So... You know what? I wonder if those bricks that appear, those blocks that appear... When I attack the, when I hit that switch, if I break those, I wonder if there are coins in there. That would be interesting. Let's go for it. Really nothing to lose by trying, so. Yeah, no coins for breaking that open. Which means maybe at the top of those spikes there might be some, I'm not sure there's nothing down here. I forgot somehow. Doesn't seem like it. And I did already explore around here and get... Okay, it's alright, time to go into the cannon. Now, I'm not exactly sure what I'm... 96. Try shooting for this other pillar. I don't know how Mario's doing. And those must be some pretty strong gloves if Mario can do that without piercing his hands, but... Now, I'm assuming... Oh, okay, there they are. There's some coins. Okay. There we go. That was easy. I didn't quite find them the way they were intended, because the draw distance, I wasn't just able to see the coins. 100. There we go, right there. And that gives us star 36. He collected 100 coins. Get Mario gains more power from the castle. And we just exit the course, because the 100 coin stars in this work on kind of like how Mario Odyssey or Banjo-Kazooie worked, where when you get a chief collectible, you are allowed to continue playing. It doesn't just boot you out of the course. 36. Let's go for... I don't know, today might be a little bit of a shorter stream. 36. Let's go for 40 stars. And when I get to 40, I'll go for Bowser in the Fire Sea. Actually, no, 39. Because in this... Behind here... Yeah, you have to... I'm first going to have to go through here. Through this vortex. And behind this vortex, you have to get the first star. And once you get the first star in here, the vortex moves further back past the hole to Bowser in the Fire Sea. So... We'll get 3 more stars from somewhere from these worlds. That are down this hall. Actually, I just thought of something. Isn't there some weird, like, slide thing going on? Yeah, what is... Yeah, I genuinely don't quite remember what's up here or what it's supposed to be. And it was very... Now, I wonder if the actual physics keeps you from here, or if there's some kind of, like, sort of barrier thing that just sort of that creates some sort of special physics. Because really, if you were in this situation... Yeah, I don't even remember what's supposed to be up there. But I do remember it mystifying me when I was younger. Now, let's see if we could... I haven't gone to the desert world yet, which is just at the end of this hallway, weirdly enough. I just sort of like remember being a little kid and be like, is there a level here? Alright, fine. Yeah, shifting sandland. In the talons of the big bird. Okay. This is getting a little extra already, but... Yeah, never... The pokies that I... Why? I just feel like Mario just was just refusing to jump there for whatever reason. Okay. I mean, there's some levels in Galaxy that are kind of a throwback to this, but... Wow. I forgot that you could... I really forgot that those blocks, when you threw them, could get that kind of distance. And the pokies that I never really realized when I was younger were literally just a bunch of 2D sprites just lined up on top of each other. I like how this level has both pokies and Fly Guys, who are a variant of Shy Guys, and Pokies and Shy Guys both first appeared in Doki Doki Panic and made their way into the Mario series through Super Mario Bros. 2's US version. I don't know, something about... I'm just not... Okay, there we go. That's a good reward for my trouble there. I think these things are called Tox Boxes. Something about them I always found kind of weird and disturbing. Just the way that it looks like it's like constantly switching emotions abruptly. Now, I don't remember if you could do math quickly enough, you could figure out where to stand not to get crushed by them. Here's safe. And because the faces are like spray painted on, it makes you kind of wonder, like, are these like sapient or like what's the deal? Are these living things? Like thwomps are implied to be living things. Okay, I didn't mean to survive that the way I did. I meant to hurry up to the other side and get under him. But I'll take that game. I keep trying to press A to talk to people. You actually have to press B to talk to people in this game. Wait a second. Alright, I just realized I have channel points going on too now. I guess We'll have to set that up. Ready for blast off. Come on, hop into the cannon. Alright, in like 13 minutes, I'm just going to take a little 5-minute break. And when I come back, I would like to go in and read the manual some, because I read the manual in my first Mario 64 stream, and I never really came back for more. Oh, missed it. Well, that was easy. Jeez. I'm just going around and, like, stealing wildlife from these poor animals that have lived here before Mario was even thought of. If I somehow get to 39 stars, yes, yeah, this is a clean sock I have. I'm not sweaty, but my forehead gets slightly shiny, and I don't think it looks good on camera. Excuse me, I have a background from, like, some professional acting stuff where they actually apply makeup and do all these lighting tests and stuff like that, so when I have the shiny forehead, I get annoyed, and I just want to have, like, something clean nearby to wipe my forehead with occasionally. I think that's the first time I, like, just flat out did it on camera. I usually do it during my stretch breaks. But it was just getting so crazy when I looked at my camera feed that I was like, I just need to take care of this now. Well, shining atop the pyramid. Now, is there a flying cap? Yes, there is. Okay, I'm just gonna have to use my triple jump to get on top of there. And this I think there's a way to get up there without the wing cap, but with the wing cap, this should be a pretty. But I think you're gonna make this a pain in the butt by standing where I want to do my. Because I have to get a good running start. Okay. I just feel like when he goes Yahwahoo, he has like a recharge time before he can start punching and kicking again. And in that time, typically, he already is regrowing segments. Oh, that should have counted as 3, but whatever. Okay. Let's get back here. Set the camera up where I need it. There we go. Gorgeous. Oh, I don't want to get on top of that. Hop on the shiny shell and ride wherever you want to go. Shred those enemies. Alright. But I think I'd rather... Doggone. And I could... Oh, no, no. No, no, no. I'm gonna have to do this again, because I just wasted so much time. I'm gonna wait till the wing cap, actually. I would look nice with glasses. You know, I used to wear glasses. But they weren't for vision correction. They were a filter, because, hold on. Let me get back up here, and I'll talk about it, because it is a little... Yeah, hold on. How is that easier without the wing cap than with it? You know, I used to wear glasses, but they weren't for vision correction. There were filters. There was a special prescription where there was no vision correction. It was just a filter, and they were very dark glasses. There's a system of filtered lenses, and they're all different shades that can be prescribed. But I just happened to end up with one of the darkest colors. And throughout middle school and high school, I wore these, and actually through most of college. I stopped wearing them around 2012 because I'm on the autism spectrum, and I would sort of get overloaded from artificial lights sometimes, especially the lights they would have in school and in offices. And what I would also have was problems with migraines, what they call complex migraines, which have, excuse me, which have symptoms that to outsiders look like I'm having a stroke, where they actually had to rush me to the hospital the first time because they thought I might have had a stroke or something because I couldn't talk straight and I couldn't really like see well until the event was over. So I used to wear these special glasses with this really dark colored filter. So throughout high school, well, everywhere I went, people thought I was wearing sunglasses, and I wasn't. Okay, there we go. And I actually, let's see, I'm about to switch to, okay, my Lunarian alter ego here actually still has those glasses. The image here doesn't really show how kind of dark they are. Here's the test card version. He has the glasses there too. Over time, I really stopped being really specific with artists that they had to be dark because they actually looked like sunglasses to the point where I would have problems with security in school, in high school, people telling me to take off my sunglasses, not believing me when I told them it was a special prescription and they weren't sunglasses, because they looked very dark, but they had no UV filtration in them. I stopped wearing them, well, a bit, frankly, unfortunately, just because of how I already look in general, then having dark glasses on top of it, between my skin color and my hairstyle, which I got because, you know, people in my family wore their hair like this, it made it very difficult to get a job. And at that point, it'd been a few years since I had had a serious complex migraine. And I was like, okay, if I go a year from this certain date in 2010, if I go a year without having a complex migraine, I'm going to stop wearing them and see how I do. And I went a full another year without them, and so I stopped wearing them, and I've been able to function generally pretty well without them. So there's some times where I sense, in terms of like just sensory stuff, it can get pretty intense, but I'm able to manage it without the glasses right now. And plus, by the time I stopped wearing them, the glasses were so beat to heck. Like, it's clearly no longer a matter of me wearing them to try to look cool. I still have them. They're put away somewhere, just sort of as like a keepsake almost. So a lot of times I still have my character drawn with the glasses. But I guess I should probably specify that they're supposed to be dark and not like sort of clear, like, but yeah, so it has, I'm glad I've been able to stop. I'm glad I had them and that they were able to help when I did need them more, to the point where I really couldn't function in school without them, or just in general without them. But it wasn't a cool thing. It was like annoying having people make even more assumptions about me based on my appearance than they already were, and having to explain something that's something, especially when I was in high school, like, yeah, like saying like, oh, it's a special thing that I need. Like, that is an excuse a lot of students would try to use to wear sunglasses inside. Yeah, I mean, they do, and not only can they, like, they can not hire you based on your hairstyle, but they can fire you based on your hairstyle. Like, if I was working at, let's say, like, if I was working at Walmart, or any business in the US, and they just decided, oh, we've changed our dress code, we're banning, like, your hairstyle because we decided it's too extreme, or it's disruptive, or unruly, or unclean, there's nothing legally I could do about that. They've been, you know, state and possibly federal Supreme Court cases about it, where they decided that, like, having my hair this way is artificial, so it doesn't count as discrimination. And the only way I'd have to establish that I'm part of the Rastafarian religion, and then I could claim it for an exception. but it's kind of ridiculous that well, the last family member who wore the locks, he passed away. So I'm really the last person wearing it right now. But it's kind of silly because like the court decision was that, oh, because it's like you have to style the hair that way, then it doesn't count as discrimination based on like my racial background. But if I were to artificially treat my hair so that it resembled the hair texture of most European people, the same employers that would say that, oh, me wearing my hair long in its natural texture, but like just styled in a deliberate like way, and because I'm not wearing it as an afro, like that doesn't count because it's an artificial thing. But if I chemically straightened my hair and wore it like that so it would resemble like European hair more, they would consider that acceptable. So it's really hypocritical and ridiculous, and it's unfortunate, but I am just glad that I'm able to deal with the sensory things right now to a point where I don't need the glasses to function anymore. I haven't touched them in years. If I tie my hair back, are they less discriminatory? Yes. It has a... Like, I used to when I used to work at this BJ's club that was near where I used to live, and I ran into someone, my friend's neighbor, and it's interesting because his mother is white passing, but isn't, and then the father is just, you know, white and is of European ancestry, but he's the nicest guy ever, you know, he saw me and my hair was tied back, because in the job I did at that BJ's when I was working at this BJ's, I would like climb under things and over things and to do things to really get into the places where I needed to work. Because I wasn't a cashier, I was like climbing through the steel to like get to things. Well, not up, I wasn't climbing up the steel, but you have to be physical and go over and under and through things to really get to the places where I wanted to work. And the most practical way to deal with that was to tie my hair back. And when he saw me, he said, like, oh, you look so good that I didn't recognize you. And he didn't mean anything by that, but the reasons why some people might think that tying my hair back looks more professional or more clean or reflects a higher level of self-care, reflects sort of unfortunate stereotypes. But I really tie my hair back in situations. Well, my hair's tied back now, and that's just because I wanted to tie my hair back. And I was wearing a kind of mask that I was wearing an N95, and the N95s I have, the ear loops hurt me, hurt my ears after a little while. So when I tie my hair back, I could then safety pin the ear loops to the hairband instead of my ears. And so I just tied my hair back today. And then I have other masks I use when I'm in a more populated situation. I use the N95s. When I'm in a less populated situation, I just use cotton masks that are very soft on my ears, like cotton reusable, washable masks. And so then those times I don't tie my hair back. So I just happened to have my hair tied back today because earlier today I was using my N95 to go somewhere that was a little more populated, and I tie my hair back for that. Now, one of my first retail jobs, before I was even at the BJ's, I was at Dollar Tree. And when I happened to have a green polo shirt. So I went to the interview in the green polo shirt to make it look like I already worked there. And I think that helped a lot. And because their uniform is to wear a green polo shirt. And inside the ancient... You know, I've just been waltzing around, not even really paying attention to what I'm doing. Just talking about my hair. And the alarm for my first 90-minute period went off. So let's get closer to the pyramid, and then I'll do a little 5 or 6 minute break to shake off and just get the blood circulating, refill my water bottle. I mean, I probably could get to the pyramid using the winged cap alone. And, Yeah, I think this is the next safe spot. And when I get out of there, I'll just be able to run ahead of him. But then, yeah, so, but what she said was, the person interviewing me, is that when I started working, I'd have to tie my hair back so that people could read my name tag. And so on the surface, it's like, okay, that's, you know, a practical issue. You know, people need to be able to read my name tag. So, yeah, okay, like, that's a sensible reason to tie my hair back, I guess. But then when I started working, there were so many, there were a few different, a couple of white girls and a white dude who had long hair that was just as long as mine, but they were never asked to tie their... Oh. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, and they were never asked to tie their hair back, so... so just little things like that, and it's funny enough, the person who actually said that, they ended up getting fired. That was the general manager of the store. They ended up getting fired because she was having people work off the clock, and I refused to do it, and I got written up for, like, some nonsense because earlier in the day I didn't want to work off the clock. And then not too long after that, she ended up getting fired in front of everyone in the store, and it was hilarious. So I'm going to take a little break, just a little 6 minutes. I'll be back. I'll be back a maximum 6-minute break, and then we'll look at the manual some. I'll read through the manual a bit, and then we'll just go into the pyramid, get the star in the pyramid, then get the first star in Jolly Roger Bay. Yeah, I think I'm in a safe spot where nothing's going to come and get me right here. So I'm just going to leave the music playing. Maximum 6-minute break. Probably be more like 4 or 5 tops. But we will switch to the test card and set the timer for 6 minutes. And I will be back shortly. Hey, I'm back. Just setting the timer for another 90 minutes, and then I'm probably gonna call the stream. We'll see how it goes. I might even call it before then if I'm able to beat Bowser before then. But back to the game now. Excuse me, wake up. I just refilled my water, so I'm gonna be alright. Let's see what's in this. I have a general. I remember the boss in this period. Now, now, if you tell your hair back, are they less discriminatory? I can't say that for sure because I can't read everyone's mind. People that want to be a butt to me or think dumb things about me are gonna probably think it regardless. Well, I do know it's probably generally considered. What was that sound? Okay. What was that? What's the sound I'm hearing? What's the sound I'm hearing? I'm hearing a whoop sound. Oh. Wait, what's happening? Hold on. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. I'm hearing a... Oh, okay. You know what? Someone just messaged me on Tumblr. And it had been so long since that happened that I forgot what that sound was like. Is my hairstyle common in my area? It's more common now than... Or I used to... Well, like, when I was growing up, I was, like, the only person I knew like that. When I was, like, really little. And then, as time goes on, I've seen more people with the locks. Okay, that looks like. Yeah, I am definitely not going to stand there and let myself get sucked in. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how there's this whole separate dungeon inside here. And it really is kind of a dungeon, almost in a slightly Zelda-y sort of thing going on. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to jump on these guys right here. Because A is to jump, then B is to... And there's some low-res attempts at hieroglyphics. I mean, they're supposed to, like, imagine being buried in a pyramid where all this crazy stuff is going on in all directions. Okay, let's talk. This thing. Upon four towers one must alight. Then at the peak shall shine the light. Okay, thank you for your support. Please, why can't I? Why can't I? Is there any way I can get out of this situation? Okay, so I can't even jump. I can't even assume that I could jump. Okay, alright. Oh, are these the... These? I don't think these are the four things. Because these aren't even towers. Okay. Oh, this is tiring. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, do not fall. I'm not even sure if I was supposed to, in quotes, even be able to do that, but I did, so I'll take what I can get. Now, after this star, what I'd like to do is maybe stop and look at the manual some. If you jump and hold the A button, you can hang on to some objects overhead. It's the same as grabbing a flying bird. If you jump and hold the A button. Okay, so it's just explaining how to grab the I just want to see what's over there. Alright, just a bunch of coins and a 1-up. Maybe if I'm going for the 1-up star, I'll I just find jumping on them so much safer than trying to punch them, which seems to have been very inconsistent. Now I don't know if this is the same star where you fight. There's some sort of boss up ahead. There's like a golem thing with hands that have eyeballs in them, and then like a face or a head. That's a boss. I don't know if this is the same star where we have to fight him, but I know eventually we will have to. Well, not have to, but we will if we want to complete the world and collect all the stars. Because I would like to eventually go for 120 stars. And like probably most people in the 1990s, I will be going for... we'll probably be using Strategy Guide to find the stupid 5 secret numbers thing. The fact that they're just 5 invisible collectibles is so absurd to me. Like, what were they thinking? Like, for that first... And, like, Bob on Battlefield, it makes sense, kind of, because it's like, oh, you fly through the rings. That's cool. You know, they could have remade, like, the Egyptian, like, the World 1... oh, shoot. I don't remember these things chasing you, jeez. Oh my gosh. Can they actually come down and hit me? Yeah, that's wicked. I don't remember those things. I never remember there being a version of those electric orbs that chased you around. Jeez. Did I? Okay, I keep... excuse me. I just keep getting... keep fearing that I forget to turn on the mic when I come back from my break. And it's only happened... It really has only happened once, but that one time was just like, oh boy. So I was quite determined not to make that mistake again. I think he has one more step before he turns around. Alright, cool. I mean, really, this has gone... Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright. That's star number 39. We'll come back to the pyramid later. Alright, let's go right in front of... Yeah, we'll go right in front of the star door. There we go. Go right in front of the star door. And let's... Okay. There we go. And CL. Let's read through some of the manual again. It should will it start us off at the beginning or kind of near where we were at before? Because it's taking a minute to load, I guess. And when like the stuff that leaked, I'm guessing a lot of stuff like these actual archival scans of these manuals, and probably a lot of like when they released the player's guide for, like, I know that the high-res version of that artwork with no watermarks or logos over it has been released for the first time because of this leak. Yeah, as long as it sticks to historical stuff that enriches, I guess, preservation, I'm okay with it. But if they leak things that are like future Nintendo business plans or work in progress games that are still in development, I think that really, I mean, they've already legally crossed the line, but in terms of, like, I really hope they don't do anything that could harm Nintendo now. I mean, theoretically, the source code could lead to piracy, but just, yeah, there was a lot of lore in this story that I never really remembered before. I don't even remember reading it back then, about how Bowser wants to transform the people in the paintings into monsters, like the inhabitants of the painting worlds. And one thing I noticed, we talked about the first time we played this, was before starting the game, before you start the game and guide Mario on this quest, use the opening screen to become familiar with the new controller. So even though Mario 64 was never bundled with the N64, as far as I'm aware, they're really kind of assuming that you're coming straight from the Super NES, and that this system, and that Mario 64 is going to be your first N64 game. And I remember in the manual for the N64, they even explain how you could hook up both the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64. I don't think any other future systems went through that trouble of explaining how you could hook up the old and new systems. But look at these renders, these CG renders of Mario. Like this has never been released elsewhere. I think maybe some of these, like the crawling Mario, that might have been, I remember that being used in some Nintendo Power promotions, like on a subscription card or stuff like that. But yeah, like that there. That's the highest res image probably we have of this. Is probably a high res magazine scan, but now possibly that might be part of the leak. And they really kind of over explain a lot of these jumps. A to fly without run. Oh, you could fly without running. See, I did not know that. You could just, if you do the triple jump when I was wearing the item cap, you could fly for a certain period of time. So you could press, according to this, you could just press A 3 times to fly without even getting a running start. And you're just climbing onto trees and poles. The kick, operations that mainly use the B button. And the B was green on the N64 controller, the B button. Now, how to play the game? Okay, look. Okay, I just want to get a sense of this. Okay, so we have all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this, and each of these screens is 2 pages because you remember all of this. Look at all these button combinations. Cannon shot. Operations that use mainly the B button. That makes it sound so much more complicated than it is. And now we're at how to play the game. I haven't read this part yet, and I really don't remember any of it. I have a vague memory of this diagram, but I would have went the rest of my life without even remembering it. The power stars stolen by Bowser are hidden through the courses. To restore peace to the castle, retrieve the power stars. The castle layout and the courses. See the sketch of the castle structure. Inside the castle there are 15 main courses and several mini courses. To enter most courses, jump into the paintings hanging on the walls. Look carefully. There are a few courses that you'll enter from unexpected places. You have the 3rd floor, 2nd floor, balcony, courtyard, the 1st floor, and the basement. Relationship of the power stars and the star door. Hidden in each course there are 6 power stars. Inside the castle there are doors marked with a star. Behind these lie new courses. To open these doors you need to collect a certain number of power stars. The more power stars you collect, the more places you can go into the castle, and the more courses you can attempt. It is not necessary to find every power star. Really, the star doors lead to the... Well, I mean, pretty much just lead to the boss stages more so than to more courses. It's the keys that lead to new courses. But before entering a course, press start inside or outside the castle. See the number of stars you've collected in each course. Keys and doors. Besides star doors, there are doors that cannot be opened without a key. To get the key, you must find. Sorry, I just realized all my stream said was stream number 2021227 Super Mario 64. I'm like, yeah, how about Mario 64 for the first time since the 90s? That's a little more interesting, probably gives a little more insights to the nature of the stream. Besides star doors, there are doors that cannot be opened without a key. To get the key, you must find. And I do want to see if my other key... I got a cheapo keyboard from Rite Aid. It's supposed to be a gamer keyboard. It's really just trying to be a really cheap version that looks kind of like the really nice keyboards you see at like Best Buy or whatever. But it's like, hey, it's an $8 keyboard, so I'll take it. And because I do need a second keyboard because I'm sick of Switch. I gave my one keyboard I have to someone else because they need a keyboard. So I just have my one nice one that I type on that you just probably heard very loudly. And then I just have to switch between switching between the two computers I have my setups. Anyway. About saving the game. Every time you collect power stars or keys, you can save the game to that point. Previously collected power stars are displayed in a dimmed out fashion on the course. If you pick up the star again, you can end the course, allowing you to save as well. You can see the contents of the saved games by selecting score on the file screen. And here's a diagram of all the stars. My score indicates the largest number of coins collected when you got the power star in each course. Press A button to switch to high score and display the highest score of all 4 saved game files. On screen display, remaining number of Marios. When your power meter is exhausted or you fall out of the course, you lose a Mario. Yeah, they don't want to say lose lives. The original manual for Super Mario Brothers on NES, I think other revisions changed that they do a lot of using the word kill and Mario will die in a way that they would never, even just probably months later, would have tolerated, because Nintendo was very cautious, especially back in the 80s, about using words like kill or death in relation to games. The power meter. When all power is gone, Mario will pass out. Yeah, that's what it's called when you have little X's in your eyes. That's what happens when you pass out, right? Number of coins collected, the camera distance. Is the edge of a course the end of the world? When you get to the edge of a course, you can go no further. You have reached the end of that world. If you jump or fly into an invisible wall at the edge of a course, it might bounce you back into the course. How do I get out of the course? I love that. They just address the sort of way it is kind of rough, a rough edge, and, oh, excuse me. That's not what I intended to do. Go back up here. And sort of reflects the sort of rough and a bit experimental nature. The way they really don't hide the fact that these courses are just kind of floating in this digital space they made, and when you get to the edge, there's just nothing more. The Mario 64 used some more modern techniques to sort of make the edge of the game world a little more gentle. And then Mario Sunshine had that continuity where you could see the other stages on different parts of the island from where you were at in the game world. And if Mario Sunshine was made nowadays, it would probably be fully open where you actually could travel to the other areas in the game that you could see from a distance now. Items. Some of these items are needed to collect power stars too. Some of these items are needed to collect power stars. Some items will replenish strength too. Yellow coins. If you collect 1 yellow coin, your power meter will recover by 1. If you collect 50 coins, you earn a 1-up. If you collect 100 coins, the coins that appear when you defeat enemies will disappear after a short time. Blue coins. The blue coins equal 5 yellow coins. They appear when you press the blue coin switch, and they'll disappear after a short time. Blue coins will also appear when you destroy certain enemies. Red coins. The red coins equal 2 yellow coins. There are 8 of these, and each course collect all 8 in one play. That's an interesting way to phrase it. To make a power star appear, see page 22. 3 switches and 3 caps. Somewhere hidden in the castle are red. Well, hidden in the castle, that's not entirely fair because the green switch, for the metal cap, that is hidden in Hazy Maze Cave. But anyway, hidden somewhere in the castle are red, green, and blue cap switches. If you step on these switches, all the semi-visible blocks of that color in all courses will fill in. Jump at the blocks to break them and reveal all the caps hidden inside. With these caps on, Mario will gain a power for a certain period of time. You can save the game after stepping on a switch. So red cap, wing cap. With a wing cap on, Mario is able to fly. Green block metal cap. You can bounce back off enemies. You won't be damaged when you touch flames. You won't be affected by water or toxic gases. You will be able to walk on the sea floor, but you won't be able to swim. Blue block vanish cap. You won't be damaged by flames. You can pass through an enemy's body without being damaged. You can walk through wire nets or special walls. When you lose your cap, sometimes an enemy will steal Mario's regular cap, or Mario might drop and lose it. When Mario is not wearing his cap, he takes more damage than usual. You can always find a cap Mario lost in the course where he lost it, so retrieve it as soon as you can. I remember thinking it was so cool that Mario could lose his cap, and then when it finally happened, I didn't really understand how or where it happened, so I was stuck playing for a while without the cap at all. It's kind of surprising that they were so sort of cutthroat about this, that you actually have to go to the specific course where Mario lost the cap to get it back. Now, spinning heart. If you pass through it, your strength power meter will recover. The faster you run through it, the more strength you recover. Or you could just run through it slowly multiple times and save yourself the risk. Because they are some of those hearts that are high up on a precarious platform. And they're kind of trying to lure you into running fast through it and falling off the platform. One-Up Mushroom. Use this to increase the number of Marios remaining by 1. Koopa Shell. Hit a yellow block or stomp on Koopa to find this item. If Mario rides in the shell, he will be invincible until he hits a wall or goes to a place he could not go normally. That's a weird way to put it. He will be invincible until he hits a wall or goes to a place he cannot go normally. Cannons and Bob-omb buddies. Back when we first started playing this, I remember going into Bob-omb Battlefield. I thought it was called Bob-omb Battlefield because I don't remember that they pronounced it Bob-omb in Super Mario Brothers, the live-action film. And if there were any... And I never really watched the Mario cartoons when I was younger. I was more into the Sega cartoons, those being, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. So, camera options. One of the tricks to this game is to use the camera skillfully. You are not just the player, but the cinematographer, too. Mario's camera operators are the Lakitu brothers. You know, you never see 2 of them at the same time. But, yeah, I guess they are 2 of them, or else there'd be no... I wonder if the only reason they call them Lakitu brothers is to explain the fact that at the beginning of the game, you could operate and move the camera before you actually meet the Lakitu in front of the castle. Throughout the game, they'll follow Mario's every move. You get to control the Lakitus using the C buttons. By looking up or around, you might discover something. Exploring your surroundings can be useful as you search for power stars. Now, it's interesting here, just explaining for the first time how to operate the camera in real time. Get close to get close to Mario in this viewpoint. Move the control stick to see wherever Mario can look. To return movement control, press any of the A or C buttons except for C up. Left and right circle around Mario. When you cannot go any further, you will buzz, and the down is to pull away from Mario. Oh, excuse me. Now look at this. Okay. Camera operation mode. I never really messed with these much, and I don't think these options ever appeared in any other 3D Mario game. During the game, depending on the scene, the camera mode will automatically switch to the recommended, in quotes, view. If you press the R button, you can change to the special camera mode. There are 2 optional camera modes that can be set on the pause button. When Mario is stationary, you press start to pause. on the pause screen, select camera angle. That reads funny, but it makes sense. Select. You could have put choose select camera angle with R to display the two option modes. Select your choice using the C stick, then press cancel and pause. Press the R button once to switch to Mario Cam. I want to just update just the fact that I'm looking at the menu because I don't want people to come in here. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I just want to give people an accurate sense of what's going to go on if they enter the stream. I don't want to mislead people if they come in and, like, I'm just reading the manual. Okay. Lakitu Mario. Press the R button once to switch to Mario Cam. Press the R button again to return the camera to Lakitu. Operate the Mario Cam with the same controls on the previous page. In some areas, though, it might be difficult to play with this close-up view. Lakitu Stop. Press and hold the R button to halt the camera movement. Release the R button to return to Lakitu. This will fix the camera position, which could be handy when you don't want the camera to follow Mario. Yeah, that is something I've never I remember once back then, I messed with it once by accident. I was like, wow, this is interesting, just being able to freeze the camera at a certain spot. The Lakitu display shows in the screen's lower right shows the distance between Mario's current position and camera. Tips and other details. Does it seem to you that you've reached the game's limits? Have you reached your own limits? It is possible you could be forgetting or not noticing something very simple. For those of you who are having difficulty finding power stars, there are several ways to get power stars. When power stars are visible, you could pick them up if you reach them. This is the most basic way. If an enemy has one, defeat the enemy to earn it. You could earn one as a gift from someone for completing certain objectives. At certain places, if you accomplish a specific task, a power star will appear. Collect all 8 coins in one play in a course to earn one. Find hidden places that you can get to only using advanced techniques such as the wall kick. And the wall kick is not at all easy to do in this game. They made it much, like in this game, yeah, I mean, they say I used advanced technique like the wall kick. Yeah, the wall kick is a genuinely advanced technique that I never got back then, and I try it again now, as during this playthrough, I really haven't got the feel for it. I really haven't been able to successfully use it to navigate. Then, in Mario Sunshine, they made it extremely easy to do the wall kick. Now, as you can see, some of the 6 power stars in each course are easy to retrieve, while others are difficult even to find. To collect some of them, you'll have to step on the colored cap switches to fill in the colored blocks. You need not collect all 6 power stars in each course before moving on to the next. By the way, the stars are numbered, and a hint on where they are or how to get them will be displayed on the screen when you enter the course. To replay a section you've already completed, select a star that you have already completed. Okay. A little repetitive, but it makes sense. And what else could he really write there? I don't know. There are 8 red coins in each course. The number of red coins that you have collected is displayed on the lower right of the pause screen. Collect all 8 to make a star appear somewhere on the course. Okay, we read about that already. For those of you who cannot find the next course, not all courses are entered from the paintings on the walls. Some entrances are found in unexpected places, so search everywhere. For those of you who are impatient or overly eager, when crossing a narrow bridge, it is easier if you tilt the control stick just a little and walk slowly or even crawl. Take it easy. Some enemies will not notice you or attack you if you sneak up on them. You know, and now, with that statement, and looking at the screenshot there, I'm noticing, yeah, that's kind of clever game design, because they put these narrow passages that encourage you to tiptoe right next to enemies that encourage you to tiptoe up to them and attack them while they're sleeping. So, yeah, those are two congruent game elements to put next to each other. Alright. For those of you who tend to fall from high places, you will take less damage when you fall onto slopes instead of flat areas if you, quote, pound the ground. The fact that pound the ground is the phrase is taken as a proper noun and as the quotes around it is interesting. Now they just say ground pound. It's just sort of, as basic as jumping, where they just assume you understand what they mean. For those of you who cannot go where you want to go, are there any actions or movements you have not tried with Mario? Use the movements that best fit your circumstances. And it's really been a long time since I've really read through a 1990s game manual. It's kind of interesting how much they explain. In this manual especially, they really try to cover everything to make sure people understand how to play the game. For those of you who do not know how to defeat enemies, there are some enemies you cannot defeat with a regular punch or kick. Spin them around, step on them, throw them, try everything. For those of you who get a little hot, when Mario gets flamed, he takes off running. Butt on fire, butt on fire. You can still move him with the control stick, so do not give up. For those of you who get a cold head, remember that if you save and quit the game and Mario has lost his cap, you'll still be missing it when you resume the game. It's better not to save when Mario is capless if you can avoid it. Oh, and here are the credits. I heard there were a few people... Warning, copying of any Nintendo game is illegal and strictly prohibited by domestic and international copyright laws. Quote, backup or archival copies are not authorized and not necessary to protect the software. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. Enough of that. Okay, I changed the manuals to reflect that we are... no longer reading the manual. And let's go back into the game. Wow, that was... kind of forgot how quiet it is when you just... I could have put on some background music or something, but I guess what we've got here works well enough. Now let's do this first star, and then move on to Bowser in the Fire Sea. And when we beat Bowser in the Fire Sea, I think I'll call the stream there. Doesn't have... make it a relatively short one. What's this one called? Board Bowser's Sub? Yeah, Board Bowser. Yeah, wow, I remembered that from memory. I recalled that from memory. Hey, I forgot they were cheap. I forgot there were cheap Jeeps in Mario 64. Jeez. Okay. Now, like, the shark. He has, like, a cartoony, mean face on. Like, the shark I could take to be one of Bowser's minions. But the eel, the way he looks and the way he acts like a real animal. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're really in a place like this, you'd be nuts to even try to swim through here. There's no guarantee that you're going to a place with an air pocket, or that there's a place you could swim to and get there in time to, like, actually survive. Speaking, I think going through these rings will... Oh, wow, I actually found one of the dumb hidden numbers. Alright. And I forgot... I mean, there are a couple... I think the only stars... The only Bob-omb Battlefield where the stars are kind of laid out in a rather logical way. In terms of just that, No, it's kind of interesting, the world building here, that Bowser has a submarine that I guess he's going to use for evil purposes. If you trigger 5 secret numbers, a secret star will show up. So, yeah, I think the only stars that really make the secret numbers like a formal, officially listed star are Bob-omb Battlefield and either Tiny Huge Mountain or Tall Mountain. Whatever. No, there's... Yeah, I think the Tall Mountain. The one with the monkeys that run around. And that has a secret slide hidden in there somewhere. Yeah, they want me to take a long way onto the submarine, even though logically, within the context of the game world, there's really no reason that Mario wouldn't have been able to climb up that. So, okay, we'll play by your rules, game. Oh. That's rather simple. I'm kind of alarmed by how simple it is. Now, it's interesting that the submarine has a flat top like this. I mean... This is almost too... That was almost too easy, I feel like. I probably could have... had like a chest puzzle where you... Oh, time to make a ham and cheese wrap with the stream? Alright, well... Save and continue. Well, hopefully I don't breeze through this too fast, because I think once I... Oops. I did not mean to do that, actually. Yeah, now that I've... Oh, okay, it warped me back here. Now that I have 40 stars, I'm gonna go and get to give Bowser and the Fire Sea a shot. So I need 30 stars right now to be able to beat the game. I need to collect 30 more. Because my instinct, now that I got that first star, the vortex moved back. I could jump into here and go to Bowser and the Fire Sea. I'll never forget the Saturday morning, I spent actually trying to get through here. This was tough when I was a little kid. Yeah. And like my experience is limited. Like I don't know if there's a way I could do that without taking damage. If there is, I'm not hip to it. What's up here? What is up here? Oh, what is this, a shortcut? I'm gonna have to, what, jump across here? Yeah, and these are one of the point A to point B levels. Now, that would be something. They've already revealed a couple of beta Mario 64 courses that were seen at, like, Space World 95 or 2000 or something like that. If they could find some other of the earlier point A to point B style courses that ended up remaining in the game, like, well, the concept of Mario 64 just moving from point A to point B eventually turned into these Bowser courses, because typically these games are kind of in a standby. Yeah, I think I lost a lot of lives even before the first time I made it this far. The first time I played this, because I just remember grinding through lives to get this far, and now I guess I'm just more experienced with games. But this looks a little tricky, so... Okay. Well, that's one way to get across. I want to see what's up. What's up there? Well, I shouldn't have to worry. Okay, in Mario Sunshine, he just holds on until you let go. Here, I have to hold A in order to stay grabbed on. Now, I don't want to collect all of these coins, because if I were to fall, I want to have a source of, a way to be able to restore my life. Bye-bye. Yeah, no, this is like warping up and down, I think. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Yeah, I'm not really going for 100 coins or anything, so I'm not... No. Okay, there's a red coin on top of that platform when you take the upper path, which is... Look, that upper path is going to be a little tricky, so you have to get on top of that wedge and then climb up. Alright. Now, and when you go into Bowser here, when you go into the Bowser fight, bye-bye. Yeah, when you go into the Bowser fight, he starts the battle off by making the entire stage rock. Oh no! I almost made it to the heart too. I was just being... If I was a little more patient there, I could have made it. Alright. almost landed properly on the platform there, but not quite. Yeah, this is not easy. Okay. Yeah, I'm not really concerned about the red coins, so I'll just, yeah. Whew. That was... jump could have went bad, but if I run right down the center here, the seesaw shouldn't rock so much that I have problems. Wow, the mushroom went right to me. That's very kind of it. So if you keep making it at least this far, it does keep you in the game by providing you with another mushroom. But I have 29 lives right now. Get a bit more of a running start and go for it. And this time I have the momentum. Oh, please. Okay, good. I didn't manage to mess it up. And I do need the extra, the power restoration of these coins right here. And these are fast. So we've almost made it back to where we were before. And that, really where I was at, I think was nearly to the end of the stage. So, well, the end right before the Bowser fight. And once you reach the Bowser fight, I believe if you die, it does start you from. Now it was a nightmare. It was a real triumph as a kid for me just to get through the stage. But then when it moves on to the Bowser fight, that took a lot as well. That was not no easy feat. Yes. Okay, we're good. Made the same mistake as before, being a little impatient, but we made it safely. Oh my gosh. I guess I just have to find the right height to jump here from. There we go, that's more like it. Okay, alright. I don't know what happened there. The game tried to force me off the platform, but we made it to Bowser. You just have to run across these platforms. Okay, we're good. You just gotta beat him. I think we only have to throw him into one bomb, but he starts off by making the stage rock, and I lost so many Marios just falling right off the stage here. Alright, here we go. And once I beat him, I'm going to end the stream right there. Let's see. There's no one else is really on right now that I'm not going to send you off to someone I don't know. You know, pestering me again, are you, Mario? Can't you see that I'm having a merry little time making mischief with my minions? Now return those stars. My troops in the walls need them. Wahaha. And we have this. That was so hard to overcome when I was a kid, and I really don't know why. It really doesn't seem so bad now that I'm older, but... Oh yeah, I forgot he did that! Wow. Okay. I totally forgot he did that. I would have went the rest of my life never remembering that that was a thing he could do. Okay. Do I need to stand in one spot and let him spit a few of those? Alright. Oh! I almost managed to grab him. That's the first time I think. That's interesting how it boots you out of a... I mean, it's good that it boots you back into the course, but... So I guess I have to wait until he fires multiple fire. Once he gets, I guess when he does two, let's watch him, see if there are any good gives or tells. He does it once. And the second time he did it once, I don't. Okay. For the first week of August, I know I'm probably gonna stream. Hold on, let me look at what's going on because I actually have all my stuff lined up right now. Sunday the 2nd, probably at 11. Then the next day at maybe 2. And then maybe Friday at 3. Or maybe, no, actually, I could do a couple of... I could do possibly 2 night streams and 2 day streams if you'd like, but... Well, let me take a look again. Like, I could do a night stream on, like, Sunday and Thursday, and then maybe do 1 day... If I was to do either 2 day streams or 2 night streams, and then... Which would you rather me do? Because if I do 2 day streams, then I'll do 1 night stream, and if I do 2 night streams, I'll do 1 day stream. The night streams would be at 11. Well, I should at least... Oh. Okay. So waiting for him to, I guess, pound the floor is the ideal time to try and send him into the bomb. So, the times when he pounds the floor... Okay, there we go. I guess I just had to keep playing long enough in the different... Okay, here we go. Oh, almost, almost. Not quite, though. Run after me. Come on, run after me, Bowser. There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm so close to 1, too. There we go. Dare Knight works for me. I may do either... Hold on. So now, because I'm about to end the stream now. Okay. I may... If I do night streams, they'd be on Sunday and or Thursday. And if I do day streams, they'd be on Friday and or Monday. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Dotafro. I was about to end the stream now. You could look back on it if you want. We were reading the Mario 64 manual, reading the second part of it. The first part of it, I forgot how much lore was in the manual that's not in the game. Like, mentions that that Bowser wants to transform the inhabitants of the painting worlds into monsters to serve him. So it's kind of like a Robotnik-like thing going on there. The first part of Mario 64, yeah, but I determined a while ago that once I beat Bowser in the sky, Bowser in the in the Fire Sea, I was going to end the stream. Because there are other things I need to get working on, including the streams to come. Very exciting stream. I had my first subscriber today. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to have subscribers open until I had my my icons ready. I have to commission someone to do some doorworm icons for me. But okay, so yeah, part 1 of Mario 64, which is like 3 streams ago, I think, or yeah, I think 3 or 4 streams ago, which should still be up. If it's not up on my on Twitch still, you could type an exclamation point VODs in chat and get a link to my YouTube channel, my special playlist where you can see all my my VODs are archived almost in their entirety in full length, unabridged. The videos on my YouTube are the VOD archives are otherwise unlisted on YouTube. Yeah, I feel kind of bad. I know Tundex doesn't mind, but I didn't want to have them open because I want people to pay to subscribe, and I don't have, you know, my emotes ready or anything. But ooh, can it be that I've lost? The power of the stars has failed me this time. Consider this a draw. Next time I'll be in perfect condition. Now, if you want to see your precious princess, come to the top of the tower. I'll be waiting. Gwahaha. So, yeah, apparently there's a way I could, temporarily, I guess I filled out all the paperwork in terms of, like, the taxation, stuff and my payment information for, signing up for affiliate. But I, didn't realize that it would instantly open people up to be able to send bits and for subs and stuff. So what I would like to do is, I heard there's a way I could temporarily disable it till I'm ready. I'm going to probably take advantage of that and, go talk to some artists. Hey, Dotafro, I haven't got to see you stream yet, but I'm gonna keep an eye on you, and hopefully we could check out your streams and see what kind of stuff you're playing. I'll talk to you later. When I get off stream, I'll follow you and see take a look at your past stuff, because I didn't know you were a streamer, but I gotta move on with my day now, but it was a nice session. You could look back on the VOD if you want to check it out. So thanks for watching. I hope this made your day slightly better, and I'll see you next time. I will be continuing with Mario 64, as I may play maybe 30 or 40 minutes of Mario 64, collecting more stars as the warm-up to the main game, which I may play for a few hours. So I think that's how I'm going to continue on with Mario 64. As for what the next game will be, aside from Mario 64, I haven't decided yet. I may go back and do some Mario Party 2, because there's some experimental ways I wanted to play Mario Party 2 that I never really got to follow through on, because that was back when I was still having a... oh, well, thank you, Kalakaboy75. Thanks for the support, because just watching is more than enough. I'm blessed to already have a regular crew of chatters and viewers at this point. So there's some things, cool things I want to do with Mario Party 2 I haven't really gotten to do yet, so I may go back to that. And Mario Party 2 is one of those things I can go back to every once in a while. But I gotta keep moving, so thanks for watching, and have a nice day.